Good day everyone, Dokutah here. It's finally been 3 years since Arknights started. It's been quite a ride. I have to be honest with you, although at first I didn't care that much for the game. I don't remember how, but the few images I found of the game didn't get my attention that much. I thought like, it looks fine, but what is there for me to keep playing? What's the hook? And I almost left it, without even playing. Then I saw the base management, and that was it. What can I say, I'm a sucker for that kind of games. At first it was quite simplistic, just drop the character and stop the enemies from getting to the blue box. Okay, easy enough. Keep on that while looking at the story, which in turn wasn't like, oh my god, such an amazing story. It was more like, okay, interesting, but I wouldn't call it groundbreaking. Then we meet Tallulah, and was like, okay, we are not the omnipotent beat them all sort of boss character. No power fantasy in this game, got it. Followed relatively shortly by Patriot, and then I knew this game was worth watching. I mean, playing is interesting, but sometimes you just want to watch the story unfold, know what's happening in this world. And then I knew the enemies I was fighting were not merely bad guys. They have their own stories, they have their own reasons. I was properly hooked. Shortly after that I started to buy the monthly package, mostly because I was surprised by how accessible it is in comparison to other games, and because I felt that this game wasn't trying to nickel and dime me for everything I was on. Honestly, before Arknights, I always played a game expecting out, okay, how am I gonna get cheated here? What is gonna be the roadblock expecting me to unload everything I own in order to just get one PNG? But no, the further I went on with the game, the further I noticed that it was all in my own skills. There was no pay to win mechanic in this game. There was no roadblocks, there was no intrusive mechanics. The game was fun and rewarding without needing to spend everything. It was quite a shock for me back then, to the point that, I gotta be honest, at first I used Kyo-sensei's videos for every stage I couldn't pass. Like I said, I didn't take this game that seriously, so I thought, why am I gonna waste that much time in this? But as time went on, I started to discover that, hey, this is fun. Figuring things out is entertaining. And not only that, it's possible. So long I know what my units do, and understand what the map is asking for me, I might be able to get through this. And so I started to do things on my own. Granted, I still make use of guides for those kind of poses. Seriously, sometimes I think that the designers have some sort of vendetta against easy stages, like they really want to make it difficult sometimes. It is surprising how much variety they can come up with. Then after that I started to look more videos about the game, what other people talk about the lore, how the units work, what units to expect. And more the game started to become something more special to me. Not just another game, but something I was actually looking forward to play with. I love video games, that's not surprising, but I think I can count with both hands how many games I actually adore. Games who have a perfect balance between a great story and great gameplay, and in the case of gacha games, a great deal of respect for the player base. Believe it or not, it's not that easy to find. Just look at anything done by Blizzard. But anyway, as my interest grew, I also started to look for other videos. And here is where I found the one content creator which come to determine I wanted to become one myself. Quasar Senpai. And yes, I know it's pronounced Kaiser. I just like the sound of Quasar, okay? Especially in the video where he talked about how he makes his own videos, with just a cell phone. It is impressive. That thought alone made me realize that, well, I have the time, so might as well give it a try. Like I mentioned it in my New Year's results, often I'm the kind of individual that let go of things, but currently I want to change that part of my life. I want to change that part of myself. And thought that making something that doesn't require too much expenses, but can be quantified in a notorious way, could be a good way to start with safe changes. And with that little push from Senpai, I started this channel. I gotta be honest, it wasn't nowhere near as simple as Senpai. In my case, I didn't have anything closer to a good microphone. Neither my cell phone nor my actual microphone were good enough for the job, as you might can tell in my first videos. Like, seriously, I feel so bad for those, but they are so long I don't want to make them again. I had to learn how to get the gear needed for this job. I have to look for the information needed to do the editing, the programming, the videos, what processes are needed for each video to make made. Also, big shout out to both Audacity and DaVinci Resolve. They are very good freeware. So if you're looking for any gear needed to start your own channel, well, you could give this a try. Like I said, they are free, and they don't require that much space. Little by little I went discovering, learning, looking for new tricks, discovering my own, and I found myself having fun. I won't lie, at some moments I was afraid I would just get tired of this and see it as a chore. However, so far, I've been able to keep myself entertained with this. I guess it helped to keep some creativity to my life. Give me something else to do, besides the daily life. And then for some reason I really don't remember what was my thinking when I did it. I opened a Discord. I have used it like 3 times in my life. None of them seriously, so I have never been in the necessity of learning too much of that program. And again, you had to learn a lot in order to run it properly. And here is where I started to get to know such amazing people. At first I thought nobody will show up, but they did. I really own these guys a lot. Like, seriously, they are very chill and are perhaps some of the most entertaining talks and discussions I ever had in my life. What surprised me the most was the amount of diversity I have in this community. Obviously people from the States, a couple from Latin America, some from Russia, some from Ukraine, some from the Middle East, and a couple from Asia. All I need left is someone from Oceania and Africa, and I get a global bingo. It's incredible how this little game, this thing most people will just look at the store and maybe give it a try and move on, can create such a big community. For example, I don't know if you know, but relatively shortly there was this big example of it. An NFT-based company made a certain trailer, which clearly passed more than a certain resemblance to our beloved game. And the word of mouth then started to go around. While the typical memes and personal preference regarding NFTs fly by, what united everyone in that moment was care for the game, to the point everyone started to call Hypergriff for them to notice. And I was like, damn, it's not often that you see communities come together to do this sort of thing, and it's one of the things that makes me believe that, yeah, Arknights has an awesome community. I won't say it's perfect, because nothing is, but it's one of the most welcoming, kind, and endearing communities I have ever been part with. And I also play Warframe, so that's high praise from my part. So while I'm not exactly the biggest YouTuber out there, I cannot have but the biggest love for this community, and especially to this game, for all the things they have shared with us, for all the experiences we have enjoyed, and for all the great things we can be sure to expect from them. So cheers to Hypergriff and Joestar. Might they keep making great things with this IP. I'm really looking forward for the future, both of this game, its story, and whatever other creations they might come with. So, once again thanking you for spending your time here. This has been Dokutah, wishing you all a great day, and admitting to be very excited for the incoming year. So until next time, stay healthy everybody. Feliz aniversario.